Hello, welcome to Let's Talks Vibes, or welcome back, and thank you so much for clicking on this episode. And you probably clicked on it because you want to start loving yourself, or you are currently loving yourself. You just need a little bit of motivation or something like that. If you haven't been loving yourself and you're finally going to start loving yourself, fucking I am so proud of you, and I'm going to give you some tips and tricks on how to start loving yourself. It's not that hard. A lot of people overthink it, and when they think about self-love, they just think so extravagant and big, which go for it, think all those things, but it starts small, and it starts with those small steps that then lead to those bigger things. If you want to start loving yourself, the first step to loving yourself is telling yourself that you love yourself. Say it every single day. Have some post-its all over the place saying I love myself. That's how it starts, because then it'll just get stuck in your mind. You'll start repeating it. It'll get stuck in your thoughts, in your feelings. You'll start feeling that you love yourself, and then you start acting that you love yourself. You'll start showing yourself love. You start telling yourself that you love yourself. Start by just saying it all day, every day, thinking about just that. Or you might even be thinking about other things, but you're still saying it. And then you'll start saying it and saying it. After doing that, let's say for like a week, do that for about a week, and then in the next week, start incorporating the mirror. You might not look at yourself in the mirror because you don't like who you are. You don't like how you feel on the inside. You don't like how you look on the outside. You can still love yourself as you are right now, but still work on improvement. Tell yourself that you love yourself. Say, I love me. And then start saying, I love you. Look at yourself in the eyes. Look at your soul and say, I love you. And that's very powerful, you guys. That is very powerful. You might feel some type of way. You might feel excited. You might feel happy. You might feel sad. I know I felt very sad at first because I was never really told I love you growing up. Ooh, I feel like I'm getting a little bit emotional. I was never really showed love. I was never told that I was loved. So telling myself that I love myself was very strange. And at first I thought it was strange. I was like, what the fuck? Why do I have to tell myself that I love myself? I thought I loved myself, but I really didn't. And I would hide a lot of myself. It is uncomfortable and it is hard, especially if you grew up with not being shown any love or being told that you are loved. And I know you want that. A lot of us want that. And it'll be nice sometime in the future. But you have to learn to love yourself in order for you to love other people properly. And in order to attract other people that would truly love you. I had to accept myself at that moment as who I was and what I had done. And I wasn't just telling me, present me, that I loved myself. Fuck. I was telling my past self that I loved myself, the one who escaped through alcohol and other substances. I was telling my inner child that I loved her. I was just telling all of me that I loved me. And then it felt great. At first it was very sad and there was a little bit anger in there because I was just angry at myself for hating myself, angry at other people. Then I learned to let that go, to forgive me, to forgive others. I didn't do better because I didn't know better. And then after a while, you get happy about it. You're like, fuck yeah, I fucking love me. You just start loving all of you. You start saying positive affirmations. Instead of looking at all of the things that you don't like about yourself, flip it. And start looking at all the things that you do love about yourself. I'm not good at everything. I have my flaws. I have some insecurities, which you will call insecurities. That still doesn't stop me from working on my goals. It doesn't stop me from doing me and expressing my true self. I accept them. I'm working on them. And there's some that are just out of my control. It is what it is. And I started focusing on other things. Like, I call myself beautiful. I call myself smart. I look at how creative I am. How my skin is just glowy and clear, all because I choose to love myself and nourish my body. High vibrating foods, healthy foods. I look at all my growth, at me going sober. I look at my makeup skills, whatever it is that you want to look at, you guys. I look at my good heart, I look at my soul, and I'm just thankful for it all, and I'm grateful. You have to be grateful for everything that you have now and try to live in that gratitude state and choose to be happy. You're the one that decides to choose to be happy. You decide to choose choose to love yourself or not love yourself. If it is very emotional when you start loving yourself, but it's beautiful. You might not know how to show yourself love in the beginning because you were never showed it. You never seen it, especially if you never saw it around your household. Tough love is not love. I believe it's not love. Like, how are you going to treat somebody like shit and tell them all these negative things, just treat them differently, physically abuse them, saying that's tough love just so you could straighten them up? It's all BS, to be honest. And a lot of people grow up thinking that's real love, and then that's how they end up abusive to their partners, to their friends, to themselves. They end up hurting themselves. And that's not good. That is totally not okay. That is totally not love. So stop hurting yourself and start loving yourself. Damn, I feel like we're going real deep. I even got emotional. I was like, whoa. When you get past that emotional phase, you get really happy about showing yourself love. It makes you happy. And then you choose to just love yourself every single day. You don't look back. And when you do look back at how you treated yourself before, you see how harmful all of those things were. And you decide to just stop harming yourself in every single way. Positive affirmations just come to you randomly because you feel so happy. I choose to be happy every single day. There are these times where I'm just extremely grateful and I'm so happy. I always say positive affirmations in the morning, when I look at myself in the mirror, at night, every little chance I get. I'm always hyping myself up, talking to myself, motivating myself, saying it's all good. I'm always talking to myself. You will start feeling it because there's just something about telling yourself that you love yourself in front of a mirror. And when you actually feel it, when you start feeling it, because at first you might not feel it. When you're telling yourself that you love yourself, or even in a mirror, you might not feel it. You don't feel that love. You don't feel your heart chakra opening up and just all of you. You don't feel the light, but you eventually do. And it just comes naturally and you just want to stay in that state. So you maintain that self-love. That's when the positive affirmations come in, because that's maintaining that self-love. You telling yourself that you love yourself and affirming all of these positive things. And that is so powerful. Then when you start to actually feel the love, actually meaning it. When you tell yourself that you love yourself in front of a mirror, it's so powerful because then you won't need the mirror anymore. You could tell yourself that you love yourself and you will actually mean it. After that, everything changes, you guys. You make decisions based off if it's self-love or if it's not. At least that's what happened for me. It might take a while for you, but I feel like it just comes naturally. You want to stop harming yourself by not eating shitty foods, by not drinking alcohol anymore, by not smoking weed, by not hanging out with negative people. It's all those things because you're thinking, okay, if I hang out with negative people, that's not loving myself because I'm surrounding myself with negativity. I'm over here being positive, trying to maintain this positive state, and you start thinking about eating high vibrating foods because you're not vibrating at a high frequency. You're loving the real you. You're expressing your true self. Authenticity vibrates super high, you guys, and you want high vibrating foods so you can maintain vibrating at a high frequency. Shitty foods, fast food, even meat, you guys. I mean, that's just what I think, because meat is dead energy. It's dead energy. Why would you want to feed yourself that and just bring your energy down? Make it vibrate at a lower frequency. You don't want that because you just want to be maintaining positive. You want to love yourself. But hey, I'm not telling you to stop eating meat or whatever makes you happy. At the end of the day, it's whatever makes you feel happy and whatever makes you stay vibrating high. Whatever makes you feel positive, makes you feel like you are truly loving yourself. That's what it is at the end of the day, because you choose to be happy and you choose to do whatever truly makes you happy. And that's just how it is. That's self-love. Self-love is doing whatever makes you happy, not giving a fuck about what anybody else thinks, what anybody else says about you. But it all starts off with those small things. And then there's other things, like I'm still working on me. I knew about gratitude, but it wasn't until the end of last year where I really researched gratitude and started practicing gratitude every single day and just doing things that made me feel gratitude towards myself, towards life, just going outside more and being grateful for the small things, the flowers, seeing the butterflies, nature. It's so beautiful. It's literally for the smallest things. I'm saying thank you all the time for everything. I'm constantly showing love to myself. I just do whatever makes me happy. That's really the beginning of self-love. You just keep learning, you guys. You keep practicing self-love. You keep learning new things because you keep learning new things about you. And there are other things that just come along, but just take it slowly. You might think like your life is all over the place, you're not where you want to be, and that is totally fine. Everybody's in their own lane. As long as you are working towards becoming the best version of yourself and that you're loving yourself and just doing whatever makes you happy, that's all that counts. Don't compare your life to other people's. It's your life. You're not living somebody else's life. Somebody else is not living your life. There shouldn't be no comparisons. There are certain things that make you happy. There are certain things that make other people happy. We just all have to do whatever makes us happy and what we choose as self-love, because I might be doing things that I believe and that I feel is showing my self-love, and you might think otherwise. And that is perfectly fine. Do whatever makes you happy, and it changes over time. Something might be making you happy right now. It then goes away. You know, whether it's a hobby, some type of activity, you might be really into healing your trauma. Let's say you're working on healing your trauma and you love working on healing your trauma because you want to release that trauma. And then once you release it, that's gone, you know, and you move on to the next thing and you start working on other things. You work on healing other things. Let's say now you're working on healing your health and you're so into health, let's say into holistic health. Loving yourself can look differently at different stages in your life. Always tell yourself that you love yourself and always show yourself love. Whatever it is at that moment in time, whatever makes you happy, keep doing that until something else makes you happy. And always listen to your intuition and follow your heart. If something feels right, it feels right for you at that moment. Don't think about the past, about the future. If it feels right in that moment, then do it. You want to live in the present moment. I really hope that this helped you. I really hope that all of this makes sense to you. And there is many other things about self-love. I really hope that all of this makes sense and that it helps you in your self-love journey, in the beginning of your self-love journey, because this is just the beginning, you guys. Do not overthink it. It's literally the smallest things, the small everyday things that you choose to do. Like, are you going to choose to go out and party with your friends, or are you going to choose to stay in and hang out with yourself, get to know yourself, meditate, rest? A lot of you guys don't rest, and that is a huge part into loving yourself. Like, do you not love your body? Do you not love your mind, body, and soul? Don't you want to connect with yourself? Don't you want to get to know yourself and rest so you could be ready to go the next day full of energy? It's things like that, you know, what you decide to eat and all these things. But this is just the beginning. I hope that you start telling yourself that you love yourself. Just know that it gets easier. If you currently don't love yourself, that is fine. But don't tell yourself that you hate yourself. You might not like yourself, but don't say it. Don't focus on the things that you do not like on yourself. And you do not hate yourself. You just don't like where you currently are, and that is totally okay. But love yourself and appreciate yourself of how far you came, of everything that you are doing. If you have been thinking about it for a cool minute about wanting to love yourself some more, that's showing your self-love. That's wanting to put yourself first and prioritizing yourself. And I hope that you do start prioritizing yourself. So start telling yourself that you love yourself and take these steps so you can start loving yourself more. You'll feel what feels right for you. You'll choose to be happy and do whatever makes you happy. Thank you so much for watching this episode or listening to this episode. I'll talk to you guys in the next episode. Peace.